And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the semifinals, or semifinals here of the KSL, the Korean StarCraft League, week number 80. It's been a relatively fast broadcast, as there are two series remaining here. Hero, he is already waiting in the grand finals for the winner of this series. Who is it going to be? As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the orange Terran for Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player. We have the red Protoss himself, also from South Korea. For Virtus Pro, it is a classic. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. As we're opening up with the proxy, let's go. So we open up with a 2x Reaper. The proxies are being thrown now. The gases are being taken, and ByuN, he will commit quite hard into this. And we'll see if Classic can get a read on what's going on. Will he be able to scout? Will he be able to recognize? Does he play safe? Does he check the proxy locations? Does he figure out what is coming his way? If he were to, then he could start early shield batteries. Early shield battery in the mineral line. Likewise, chrono out the first Zealot as well. And get ready with the early game defense. But again, that's only with a forewarning. As your Raxes are almost done. Reapers are on the way. Reapers are on the way. They're amassing. So far, Classic does not scan across the map. He's checking behind the gases, but doesn't go further. Yeah, he does not check further. With this, he should be getting into the first Stalker, the first Adept. But again, no early shield battery. And based on Classic's control, he can still preserve his units. Just has to pull away. So far, so good. Pulls away the weakened probes. Doesn't lose anything yet. Adept is being chronoed. Second Reaper is coming in. It's got another set behind this. And again, we'll see if ByuN can get into that mineral line. The Goat does go for the dive. Going for the Adept. One Reaper will go down. Gets one of the Reapers. Oof. Meanwhile, the Stalker is still not yet out. Does pop. Classic is holding. Whew. Okay, yeah, Classic holds. He takes out both Reapers. Both Reapers do go down. Classic from here, he can hold on. Second Stalker's on the way. And so far, this has not been worth it. So far, for ByuN, he's one base all in, basically. He's just now expanding. Ay, ay, ay. And then the reactions were solid. Takes out another Reaper. Another Reaper goes down. And looking at the trades here, 3 Reapers for 1 Adept and 1 Stalker, 0 economic damage, 0 probe kills. You can argue did deny some mining time, at least a little bit. He gets 1 probe, he gets 1, he gets 2. Finally. 3, okay, 3 probes, but we're losing so many Reapers. It's the problem. Like, this has not quite been worth it. Nice split out of Classic. 4 Reapers going down for 3 probes. And Classic takes the lead. Classic takes the lead. He's ahead. He defends his natural. Is in a better position. And ByuN has to play from behind, as his own CC is still not yet done. Even supply blocked as well. Delays the factory. Factory was delayed. And ByuN at least is finding a little bit of extra damage here. Behind this, getting to zone 111. Sorry, 311, I meant to say. Going for early tank production. This looks like an all-in. And it would make sense. Just because the early game went so poorly for ByuN, what do we have? Really early tank production. We're going to have a fast third, and we might even just push with 4 tanks. So fast third tank into what should be a 4th. Ah, never mind. So I assumed that we were just going to send it here on 2 bases, but with these add-ons on the way, it's indicative here of further upgrades. So we're working towards Stim, Combat Shields, eBay for +1. ByuN, he's going for a later timing. Meanwhile, with the Stalkers, they dive in. Oh, they get one of the Liberators. Liberator does full. Can he get on top of the tank? Not quite. Oh, he does go for it, though. Oh, this is going to be a costly trade. Oh, God, so many Stalkers go down. That was not as worth it for Classic. 7 Stalkers go down in total. ByuN does hold. Classic does expand. And from here, Classic still maintaining the greater economy, still working on another base. ByuN starts his move out. It does seem like he's just posturing. ByuN is still getting upgrades. Even here, the tanks, they blew back the Stalkers. Let's go, making use of the healing pad. Oof. Yeah, not quite going to be good enough. Classic, he's still trying to be active, still trying to slow down the push. We know that ByuN is expanding. ByuN is not all in. He's working towards that next step. Classic can make his way straight. Can he get Stim? No shot. Can he deny Stim? He can. One more volley. Stim is denied. Massive pickup. Gets a medevac as well. Oof. And you can see here ByuN just losing so much momentum and just having a really rough mid game because of the early game. And the failed proxy here has been hurting ByuN, and he's never quite recovered. He's still stuck at home. Stuck at home. Ay, ay, ay. Poked in, got a couple of SCVs, still just keeping ByuN's economy at bay. Now, what I will say, even though the Classic has had a stronger start to this game, and Classic does have a lead when it comes to tech, when it comes to his setup, his economy is lackluster here. His 4th base is quite late. He decided to delay his 4th base in favor of what? In favor of all the production, in favor of the tech, Storm, Robo, Bay as well, getting to double forge, double upgrades. So Classic, he did decide to stay on 3 bases longer to delay his economy to tech up quite greedily here, or quite heavily, maybe a better way of putting it. So because of that, ByuN can build up a larger army, because ByuN has the better economy. Classic needs that 4th. Needs that 4th base. Oh. Classic bringing it to the main. Gets 2 Vikings. Nice pickups. 2 Vikings. Storm jump into the middle line. The ByuN does a split. Does pull back. Oh, God, God. As it's going to be 11 SCVs going down. 12 SCVs. 12 SCV kills. Classic builds up, pulls back. ByuN now has an active army, and ByuN is just turtling up. Like, he's doing his best to turtle up and to build up to Ghost, build up to Vikings. He's been taking a lot of losses here and there, but he's building up to that point. Classic taking his 5th base. Getting there as well. We're back. And shows those EMPs. High Templar stacking. Oof. Does land some EMPs, taking down some of the Templar, but most of them do get away. Most of the Templar do manage to get away. Classic going for the gold. And we're going to slow things down. We mentioned before that ByuN's goal was to turtle, and he is. You can see here we throw down 3 sensor towers, more CCs. ByuN did have a worse start to the game, but Classic decided to focus on building up the quality of his army, which meant that he couldn't quite go for a kill, couldn't quite go for a killing blow. So the game will extend from here. Classic maintaining map control, taking more bases, ByuN turtling up on 4 and slowly building up towards a 5th. Building up to that point. Classic is maxing out. So it's ByuN. Now, if ByuN can land those EMPs, ByuN can win this fight. The Viking count is quite low. Storm zones. Gets 1 Colossus. EMP did graze the army. More EMPs gearing up. Nice EMPs. But there's still half the Templar remaining. Nicely done. Knocks down the rocks. Splits up the army. Okay, the army gets split. There's what, 2 storms left. There's 1 High Templar full of energy left. 1 Templar remaining with the storm. The others need a little bit more time. EMP is not quite connecting, and Classic is pushing in. Is pushing in. The storm lands. So 1 more. Oh, the last, Pappy. Oh, EMP land. There we go. We do land a massive EMP. 0 storms. And ByuN, can he go for it? Does he have enough on the ground? The Gateway Army. The Gateway Army's pushing in. Prism goes down. We can land the Vikings. There are still so many Zealots. Yeah, still so many charge lots. Workers going to be falling. Now the Vikings do land. Desperately trying to EMP. But ByuN doesn't have enough. Yeah, ByuN does not have enough here. He dealt with the army, but Classic also has a better economy. He has a better economy. Zealous gets the middle line, 17 SCVs going down. ByuN's economy is crippled. It was a good effort here from ByuN, for sure. But at the end of the day, the better economy here is what's winning Classic this game. As he can remax, he can rebuild even faster. He's warping in 14 Stalkers at a time. 14 Stalkers. So Classic, he can rebuild, he can remax. Uh-oh. Miss Rally. 3 Colossus. Classic's moving in. Again, he's rebuilt. Got his Colossus, got his High Templar. Once again, how good are the EMP is going to be? This time the Viking count is barely there. Yeah, no Vikings. So Vikings, storms will land. Oh. And from here, the final stand for ByuN. He does get a decent concave here. He lands some EMPs. But here come the Zealots. Puppy GG gets called, and Classic will take a lead in the series. We'll take down ByuN 1-0. GG will take a lead. Again, ByuN, he fell behind early on. From what? From the fail to Rex Reaper. After the opener, after the early game, ByuN was behind. He stayed behind. He was able to turtle and max out, but we spoke about the fact that Classic had map control. He had map control. He also had the better quality army as well, as that's what he was able to achieve with the stronger early to mid game. So again, Classic was able to just take that lead and extend it. ByuN was playing catch up, and he was able to max out, but the soup does lie, right? The soup does lie. Sure, both armies are max. One is not quite like the other. In the end, Classic did break through. GG, well played. And now we're getting into game number 2, and we'll see if Classic can close it out, if ByuN can bounce back. Un moment. Okay, we're back. We are back and spawning in top left-hand corner of Highland A. Going for the eBay block, we have our South Korean Terran, we have ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss, we have the red Protoss, it is Classic. Here we go. To apologize for being absent for the first minutes of the game, but again, otherwise busy, otherwise preoccupied. We got other stuff going on. Looking after the bunnies, looking after the bunnies. They are free roaming. They're free roaming the room as we speak. So I have to make sure they're okay. And they're not up to shenanigans. So that's why I have been a little bit distracted in the cast so far. But now we can lock in. Now we can lock in. Into our game. And again, when it came to the previous game, I mean, ByuN just fell behind from the beginning. It was it was just a really rough start for ByuN. Did fall behind. and just never quite recovered from the early game. That was on ByuN. He did decide to go for 2-Rax Reaper, the proxy, I should say, going for the follow-up factory, going for a delayed setup. Meanwhile, we just see ByuN setting up, very defensively back at home, but alas, does need more time to set up. So getting the CC ready on the high ground. And he'll be able to defend, but again, he's contained on one base. Contained on one base. As Classic is going to be going for his own Dark Shrine. Okay. So DT opener out of Classic, going for the Dark Shrine. Bold move. A cheeky start here by Classic. He already saw the CC on the high ground, and because ByuN is stuck on one base, he's going to be forced to mule, so scans are limited. DTs in this kind of game state can do a lot of damage. Can do a lot of damage here. If ByuN mules at the wrong moment, that can just be game. Behind this, going into Hyperlight Rotors, committing into Banshee. Commits into the Banshee. Rotors are on the way. DTs are warping in. Okay, we got a scan. No! Did just mule at the natural, and the main base, we're about to have a scan soon. We need a little bit more time. Thankfully, DTs should hit, and we should not burn a mule in the main. So there'll be one scan available. DTs waddling in. If ByuN does notice, does wall up. DT at the natural, and we still need... There we go, he has a scan. He has one! One scan for 2 DTs. Very nice scan here by ByuN. Shuts down both our Templar. Wouldn't mind drop across the map. ByuN is holding. ByuN is holding. Classic was otherwise distracted. Full probes. So full probes across the map. So far, Classic A is just trading well. He's just... Jesus. Unfortunately, ByuN not paying attention. We're getting a little bit chaotic here. Banshees, they're moving out across the map. They do not have Cloak, but DTs, they wreak havoc here. They killed all the Marines, and now they're pushing into the mineral line. We got a full surround with the SCVs, but DTs, they still trade well. They still trade very well, and we're both losing everything. We have workers going down on both sides. 18 and 19 SCV kills against 20 probe kills across the map. Very chaotic, very messy here from both players. But Classic takes the lead. Classic does take a lead. He blinks, he responds. Doing what he can. and we may try to stabilize from here, but Classic is getting a third base. It still maintains the better economy. He's got Charge on the way, he's got Storm on the way as well, and this might be similar to last game, where ByuN takes a deficit early on, and then we just kind of build up in towards a later game state. Classic takes map control, and we just move on from there. We'll see if that's going to be the case. I mean, this time ByuN does have Stim early, true. Stim is done, he has a standing army. He has a standing army. Trades the Stalkers. And he's rallying. Oh, he's going for an all-in. Okay. He's going for a 2-base all-in. ByuN, he made a choice. He could have thrown down a third TC or extra Raxes. He chose extra Raxes. It's all or nothing. But Storm is going to be done in time. Storm will be ready. And here we go. The boys are being pulled. As we mentioned, the extra Raxes was indicative of an all-in. And it all comes down to the Storms. Comes down to the Storms. Ooh, oh god. Lands a very juicy Storm. Storm does connect. Most of the Marines go down. You can see one more Storm will kill everything. Oh, he runs into the Storm. Everything goes down. GG gets called, and Classic will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played, Classic. He will shut down the all-in. The Storms were insane, and Classic will advance on to the grand finals. Congratulations, my condolences to ByuN. ByuN just had a really rough start, both in Game 1 and Game 2. Game 1, we saw the failed 2x Reaper, did fall on its face. Sorry, that was Game 1. Game number 2, we did see that ByuN, he lost a lot of workers to the DTs. He was able to deal damage with the Banshees, but the DTs did critical damage, and ByuN just fell behind. He had to go for the all-in. In the end, GG. GG, well played, congratulations. Classic will claim the series, and with that, we're getting into the grand finals. It's going to be a best of 5 between Classic and Hero. Let's go. We're going to be going on a short break here before the grand finals, so we'll see you soon for that best of 5. See you soon. See you soon.